In this video, I'm going to show you the best back exercises to do at work. Stay tuned. Hey everyone, Dr. Rowe coming to you from SpineCare in St. Joseph, Michigan. If you're dealing with a lot of backaches, tightness, stiffness at work and need a quick fix, this is a video that you're not going to want to miss. I'm going to show you very easy, effective back exercises that you can do right at your desk in a chair. They don't require any special equipment and may give quick relief, even in as little as 30 seconds. So let's get started. So here's a very easy way to be able to stretch a tight, achy neck and also upper back. It's known as an upper trapezius stretch, and it's a favorite for many because you can get a satisfying self-pop, crack, or release into the neck. What we're going to do is start off at the edge of a chair. Very good upright posture. I'm going to show two different variations, so go through both of them. Take what works best for you. The first one, very easy. I'm going to take one arm, bend the elbow at 90 degrees, and then just put it across the small of the lower back. Just drive that arm as far as you can. When you do this, you should feel the muscle right up here start to activate on the top of the shoulder. This is known as the trapezius. The next movement, I'm going to take the arm on the opposite side. I'm going to grab on the side of the head, so my left hand is grabbing on the right side of my head, and I'm going to pull my left ear towards my shoulder as much as I can. When you do this, it's really going to intensify that stretch. Only go to your comfort level. Again, you might get a pop or crack into the neck or upper back with this. This is completely normal. It's just gases being released from the joint. But don't try to force it. You only want to go for a comfortable stretch. Once we hit that, let's hold this for 15 to 20 seconds. From there, you're just going to relax. On the next repetition, drive that arm over even more and then try to take the ear towards the shoulder even further because it will only challenge those muscles and hopefully give you more relief. You want to do this for 3 to 5 complete repetitions. For the second variation, what I'm going to do is more of a shrugging motion. It's going to hit the muscle just a little bit differently. So again, I'm at the edge of a chair. I'm going to have very good upright posture. Let's just take one side. I'm going to start with my right and then shrug that shoulder up towards the ear as much as we can. From there, the movement is the same. I'm going to pull my ear towards the opposite direction. And when you do this, let's get a very good stretch and then lower the arm down towards the floor like you're trying to pick something up. And it feels really good, a very good deep stretch into the neck and also upper back. Challenge yourself to go down as far as you can. Again, hold this one for 15 to 20 seconds. You're just going to relax. On the next repetition, go a little bit further with both movements. But give those both a try and take the one that you feel hits and stretches it out just a little bit more. And when you're done on one side, always switch to the other to keep them both in balance. So here's a wonderful exercise that's going to hit the upper to middle back, and you can do it right in a chair. It's known as a figure 8 because we're going to trace a figure 8 with our elbows. Start off at the edge of that chair. Have very good upright posture. We're going to take our hands, place them on the back of the head just like this. Elbows are going to be bent straight out in front of us. For this, we're going to do two big movements. For the top part of the 8, we're going to do what is known as extension. That is backwards movement like this. So as we're tracing the 8, we're really going to build into extension. You should feel it in between the shoulder blades. When we're doing the bottom part of the 8, we're going to do flexion. That is going forward just like this. But we're going to connect both in the middle of that 8 in a nice fluid dynamic movement. So we're going to challenge a ton of muscles in a short amount of time. Let's start off just in the middle of the 8. Doesn't matter what direction we go in because we're going to do it on both. So I'm going to just start to slowly trace the top part of the 8 up like this. Go into extension, that backwards movement, as much as you can. Once we get to the top part of the 8, let's stop there for a second, and then we're just going to start to swing back down like this towards the middle, and then we're going to build into flexion. So go forward as much as you can comfortably. It should hit the muscles just a little bit differently. Once we hit the bottom, let's hold this for a second and then swing back up. You want to do this slowly. It should take you about 5 seconds, and do it for about 10 to 15 complete repetitions. With each repetition, try to stretch more into it just to activate those muscles and get everything loosened up. Once you're done with that, switch course. So instead of going like this with it, let's just go in reverse. And at that point, you'll notice that it hits the muscles, again, just a little bit differently. You want to do this one 10 to 15 times. If you do notice that one certain movement, like let's say that I go to my left into extension to trace the top part of the 8, it's really tight and achy. That's where I really need a lot of attention. Make note of that. Throw more repetitions in at that point. Any part of the 8 that you feel is hitting that spot in the back a little bit more, Throw more repetitions in, target the spots that need it the most. Here is a great way to address in between the shoulder blades and also really focus on rounded shoulders and bad forward posture from sitting at a desk all day long. I call this the angel sprinkler. It's a two-part exercise that's very easy to do. Let's start off at the edge of a chair. Have very good upright posture. Let's start with the sprinkler. I'm going to straighten my arms at the elbow like this to the point where the hands are going to overlap so they can clap. During this exercise, I'm always reaching out with my arms with my hands, and we're just going to focus on trying to feel that initial activation. From there, I'm going to then start to take my arms off to my side like this, still reaching out as much as I can, and then take them back like this, almost like the back side of the palm, or I should say the back side of the hand going towards the wall. When you do this, you should feel two big things. The first being a very good stretch into the chest. It should feel like it's opening up. In the back, it should feel like the shoulder blades are starting to pinch together. So really focus on feeling that. Once you hit a very comfortable stretch, let's hold this for 20 seconds. From there, you're going to come back up, relax, take a breather, and then repeat. On the next repetition, stretch more into it. You always want to challenge these muscles, but try to do this for 3 to 5 complete repetitions. On the second part, we're going to focus on what is called an angel. And again, this one is very easy to do. Start off at the edge of the chair, have very good upright posture. We're going to take the arms, bend them at the elbow at 90 degrees like this to create kind of what I like to call the field goal. The movement is very similar, so I'm going to drive the elbows back like this. We should feel a very good stretch into the chest, and it should also feel like the shoulder blades are starting to pinch in the back. So get into that position first. Next, what we're going to do is slowly raise our arms up like this to the point where the arms are overlapping and they should be able to clap at the hands. This right here, we want to hold for a couple seconds and then slowly come back down like this. So it should take you about 5 seconds to do. At this point on the next repetition, I'm going to drive those elbows back even further and then just simply repeat this for 10 to 15 complete repetitions. Just a very easy way to target the shoulder blades at your desk. So here's how we can target more into the lower back, the hips, and pelvis. This is known as a seated figure 4 or a pigeon pose. What we're going to do is start off in a chair, sit right at the edge, raise one leg up like this to the point where the ankle is going to be supported on the leg. When you look down, it should look like a nice figure 4 being formed. If this is a hard position to get into, you can also straighten one leg out, put the leg on the other side over it, slide it up like this, grab either at the front of the shin right here or at the pant leg, and then slide this leg back. What we want to do is not press into the knee, but rather use our upper body weight to do all of the hard work. I'm going to take my hands, I'm going to place them off to the side of the hips. Let's pivot through the waist, through the hips, and lean forward just like this. We're not trying to round the back, but we're going to just pivot forward through the waist instead. You should feel a very good stretch happening into the lower back, glute buttock, and the back of the legs. This will target a muscle also known as the piriformis, which if it becomes tight can cause piriformis syndrome or pseudosciatica. Hold this comfortably for about 20 seconds. From there, you're just going to relax, come back up, and then repeat this 3 to 5 times. With each repetition also, try to stretch more into it by leaning more into it. From there, let's incorporate a little bit more dynamic motion to target those muscles and challenge them just a little bit more. So let's get back into that original position where we're leaning forward. I'm going to take my hands, place them on my shoulders like this. From here, I'm going to twist or rotate in the opposite direction. When you do this, you're going to feel a very good stretch pretty much from the top part of the back all the way down into the lower. Really try to twist or rotate into it as much as you can. Hold this for about 20 seconds. You're going to relax, and then you're going to go towards the other side. And again, hold for 20 seconds. Do this for 3 to 5 complete repetitions. On the next one, we're going to do what is known as a lateral bend. This is going to target on the outside of the back, especially over a muscle called the quadratus lumborum, or the QL, which is a big instigator of back pain. Let's start off with very good upright posture. From here, I'm just going to take my hands, place them on my shoulders like this, and then pivot away from the side of the bent knee. So in this case, I'm going towards my left with my full back. This will feel like a very good stretch on the outside, so really focus on that. Hold this for about 20 seconds, relax, come back up, and then go towards the side of the bent knee and do the same. You want to go through all of these motions, do about 3 to 5 repetitions on both sides, and target any movements that address muscle tightness, back aches, anything that just feels like it helps a little bit more, and throw more repetitions in at that point. So here's a very easy way to target more into the sacroiliac or SI joints in the pelvis. We're going to sit at the very edge of a chair. Our knees are going to be bent at 90 degrees, our feet are going to be flat. We want our hips and our knees in a nice straight line. From here, what I'm going to do is take my hands, place them on the outside of the knees. The movement, very, very simple. I'm going to drive the knees out, but I'm going to resist it with my hands to create an isometric exercise. So I'm really focusing on that, really trying to drive those knees out in my hands, but I'm going to resist it to the point where they're not moving really at all. Hold this for about 5 seconds. From there, we're going to relax and then repeat this for 5 times. So here's the knee part. What we're going to do next is we're going to drive our knees inwards, but we're going to resist it by taking our hands, making fists, and then putting them in. Squeeze in as much as you can. And I don't know if you heard it over the microphone, but I got a very good release with that SI joint. During this, when you squeeze inwards, you might get a sudden pop or crack into that SI joint, which is completely normal. But you want to hold this for about 5 seconds, relax, and then repeat for 5 times. Afterwards, notice how the SI joints are feeling, and hopefully that gives you quite a bit of relief. If the video helped, please support the channel by giving this video a like and maybe subscribing to the channel too. If you have any comments or questions, please leave them below. I'll get back to you as soon as I can. Thanks for watching.